Hello, and welcome to today's online lecture on document design. I have broken this lecture into 4 separate recordings. They all have to do with your final written documents in KCB205. That means assessment 3A and 3B. So I'm hoping this short series will be of use now as you write your documents, but also a little bit later as a final check or reference point before you hand it in. This first one is on overall structure of a professional document. A proposal or a report is broken up into 3 parts: the front matter, the actual body or text, and also the end matter. To signal each part, different page numbers are used. Roman numerals for front matter, Arabic numerals for the main text. And then a choice for the end matter. You can either continue with Arabic numerals or use separate page numbers as suggested here. A1, A2, A3, etc. Most importantly, the main part of the text beginning with the introduction starts on page 1. And from the introduction, there's no need for separate pages for each following section. Let me explain that a little bit more. With the front matter, you have title page, table of contents, list of inclusions, which includes a list of any tables or figures that are mentioned in the main part of the document, as well as the executive summary. Now, a couple of important points. The title page, table of contents, and executive summary are on separate pages. I'll talk a bit more about list of inclusions shortly. So the title page should have the following information on it. The title page does not include a page number, but you are to assume that it is Roman numeral 1. That means the next page will be Roman numeral 2. That's when you actually do start showing the number on the page. So here's a past student example. Some teams like to mock up a logo for KCB205 consulting, and that's fine. What I'm showing you here is a very basic example, but remember, it should look clean, clear, and professional and fit your client's operation. See how there's no page number on the title page. The table of contents lists all the section headings in the document with page numbers. Now, you can generate a table of contents through Word, and that makes life so much easier. Most importantly, you want to be consistent and make sure the page numbers line up under each other. So here's another past team's example. The list of inclusions is also part of the front matter. This is where you list any tables or figures that will be included in your document. So you will need to make sure that you have labeled them appropriately, and they should be in order of appearance in the actual document. Just so you know the difference between the two, figures focus on visual communication, such as photos, maps, diagrams, etc. Tables focus on words and numerals. Now, in a fairly short document like the one you're creating as a team in KCB205, you may find that you'll include the figures and tables under one heading and call it list of inclusions. If you have a number of tables and figures, you can list them separately. By that I mean you can have headings listing tables and then another one listing figures. The end matter includes reference list and appendices. We're asking you to follow either APA or Harvard. Remember, you are not writing an academic assignment, but when you include outside information to strengthen your proposal, then you must cite it. Just keep thinking about the intended audience. What would your client need to know? What would be persuasive for your client in terms of your background information research? The appendices include information that you don't want to include in the main part of the document, but is still relevant. I must stress that. Remember, any extra material must be relevant. That means it adds something to your document. It also means it must be mentioned in the body of the document. So basically what I'm saying here is don't just use your appendices as padding. Now, this is the end of part 1. We can discuss these points in more details in the upcoming team consultations in tutorials. Thank you.